Welcome to a world where every roar tells a story, every journey is filled with danger, and every act of kindness can change a life forever. Get ready for unforgettable wildlife adventures that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Now, let's begin today's story. The storm had finally passed. As the first rays of sunlight spread across the African savanna, a tiny baby elephant slowly opened its eyes. Its ears twitched. It looked around in confusion. The trees were broken, the ground was muddy, but something was terribly wrong. Its mother was nowhere to be seen. The little elephant let out a frightened cry, hoping its family would answer. Only silence echoed across the endless plains. With no choice but to keep moving, the frightened calf began searching for its herd, unaware that every step was leading it closer to a life-changing encounter. The young elephant walked for what felt like hours. The morning sun climbed higher, and the air grew warmer with every step. Its little legs were beginning to ache, and its cries for help became quieter and weaker. Every now and then it stopped, listening carefully. Was that its mother's voice? It was only the wind rustling through the tall grass. Just as the elephant was about to continue, it noticed something strange. The birds that had been singing suddenly flew away. The bush ahead began to shake. Once, twice. Then everything went silent. The little elephant held its breath. Slowly, a massive golden lion stepped out from the grass. Their eyes met. The frightened calf couldn't move. For a long moment, neither of them made a sound. The wilderness itself seemed to stop and watch what would happen next. The lion stood perfectly still. His golden eyes remained fixed on the frightened baby elephant. The little calf trembled. Every instinct told it to run, but its legs refused to move. The lion took one slow step forward, then another. The distance between them grew smaller. The elephant closed its eyes, expecting the worst. But instead of roaring, the lion stopped. He lifted his head and sniffed the air. Something wasn't right. From somewhere beyond the tall grass came a chilling sound. Laughter, not human laughter. The sharp, mocking laughter of hungry hyenas. The lion's ears stood upright. He turned toward the sound. The baby elephant slowly opened its eyes, confused. Why hadn't the lion attacked? Before the little calf could understand what was happening, 3 hungry hyenas emerged from the shadows, their eyes locked on the helpless baby elephant. The 3 hyenas slowly circled the frightened baby elephant, their eyes glowing with hunger. The little calf stepped backward, its heart pounding. The lion let out a deep, thunderous roar that echoed across the entire savanna. Startled, the hyenas hesitated. Then the lion charged toward them with incredible speed. A fierce chase followed through the tall grass until the frightened hyenas finally gave up and disappeared into the distance. The baby elephant watched in disbelief. The very predator it had feared had just saved its life. Unsure but grateful, the little elephant slowly followed the lion. Together they crossed rivers, climbed rocky hills, and searched endlessly for the missing herd. Days passed, and a remarkable friendship began to grow between 2 animals that should have been enemies. One evening, the lion caught a familiar scent on the breeze. He led the little elephant toward a nearby valley. Then, from the distance, a loud trumpet echoed across the plains. The baby elephant froze. It recognized the sound instantly. Its mother, the little elephant, ran as fast as its tiny legs could carry it. The mother elephant rushed forward, wrapping her trunk around her lost baby. The rest of the herd gathered around, welcoming the little one home. Before leaving, the baby elephant turned back toward the lion. For a brief moment, they looked into each other's eyes. No words were needed. The lion quietly turned and walked toward the setting sun, disappearing into the golden horizon. Sometimes the greatest acts of courage come from those we fear the most. And sometimes the wild reminds us that kindness can be stronger than instinct.